I did mention that it comes with this bracket, which I'm going to install in just a little bit. The bracket goes on here. It's going to connect to this side of the panel and this side of the panel, kind of like this. I have to screw it on. It comes with the screws to connect the solar panel to the bracket. And when it's installed, bear with me here, I'm trying to do this when it's not actually screwed down. You can pivot this however you'd like. You just adjust the tension in the screws. Another thing I want to mention is that it's got a cord that's like 10 miles long, it seems like. It's really long, and that's what you want with your solar panel, because every Coop setup is going to be different. Your Coop, you might only need the cord to be 12 inches long, and that's great, but on mine, where I plan on putting this solar panel, it needs to be really long, because I don't want this solar panel covering up any doors, access doors, chicken coop doors, the nesting boxes, anything. It needs to be clear out of the way of all that stuff, not to mention where I'm about to put this in just a moment, like I'll show you. I want this off to the side of any rain or snow that's going to collect on the roof and eventually come off. You don't want that landing on here, so it needs to be off to the side a ways. Having a long cord is going to help with that, and I really appreciate it when companies think about those extra things for their customers. It's a really nice thing to have. I have this baluster from my deck project. You may call this a spindle. Basically the things that stop kids from falling off decks. Anyways, this is going to be what I plan on mounting the solar panel to. So with the chicken coop door here, and the cord will reach back over here, I'm thinking the cord's going to go up this way, go down this 2x4 over here, and I'll mount this in this area over here somewhere. So I think what I'll do is I'll stick this 2x2 like this, screw it to this board, and then I'll leave enough hanging out this side for that white bracket that attaches to the solar panel. South is that way, so I want it facing this way. I also like, because it's at a good height, the chickens are not going to try jumping up here and perching on here. They don't jump this high. It's also nice because I can easily clean off any snow or debris that lands on the solar panel, leaves and other things like that. So it's at a good height, and it's appropriate as well because I come in here every day to feed the chickens. Their feed is just over here. This is going to be the end that hangs out of this 2x2. So I need to pre-drill some holes here. Probably 2 will work just fine, just to hold this bracket on. And then insert the hardware to give this a good solid fit. Alright, so this is the part that hangs out of the lean-to from the coop. And then this is the part that will be attached. So I'm going to put in probably 3 if not 4 screws here, just so it's a real good, a real good connection point, especially if we get that wet snow that's going to land on the solar panel and add a little bit of weight. So I think before I put this 2x2 on the coop for the solar panel, I'm going to put the solar panel on this bracket. That way I don't have to do it when it's like hanging in the air. I have a table to work off of. And also I would advise you to be careful of where this cord is going. So in this case, it's coming off in this direction, which is the direction I want it to go toward the coop door where it needs to get plugged in. It wouldn't be a big deal, if you did it wrong and it went that way. It's just something to think about before you install this. Another cool feature of the solar panel, kind of a side note, but you may be interested, is that when the solar panel is plugged into the coop door, it will charge the batteries inside the coop. So there's a spot where the batteries go. You put the 4 AA batteries in here, and then you push them up here, and there's like a little cap. But as long as you have your solar panel attached here, it will charge the rechargeable batteries while they're in the coop. Just so you know, you do need a screwdriver for this, just to hold this screw like this, and then this bolt, and then to tighten the wing nut on this side over here. Wash, rinse, repeat. Put the screw through over here, put the wing nut on, should be good to go. Now you've got the panel installed. You can loosen the wing nuts and tilt this how you want it to, just by adjusting these wing nuts on the sides, and you're pretty much set to go. All I need to do is put these screws right here into a board and we're all set, then plug in the cord. Okay, now all we need to do is put these screws in. We should be ready to go. And there we have it. Really solid connection. I can adjust this if I need to, clean it off if I need to. Got 3 screws, and then now I need to do something with this really long cord, which is going to be a little tricky because I don't have staples that are meant to hold down wire right now. I lost them on accident. So the general idea is to staple this along this 2x4, down the coop, and over to where it plugs in. It's hard when you don't have it stapled. Right here. So that's the idea. It's going to connect right there, go behind the door, and you want this cord obviously out of the way. So for now, I'm going to put it up on top of this lean-to roof just to get it out of the way. But at some point, I'm going to have to tidy everything up real nice and clean up here underneath this roof. And then so it hangs down even tight against here. So it's just a nice clean setup and a simple setup. This is what it looks like on the back side.